What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Stacy's Universe and I am Stacy. Today I'm going to be attempting to do a Mandela effect on a onesie. I'm going to be showing you guys all the materials you'll need, how to tie it, how to dye it, all the good stuff. And if you please stick around to the very end, I will show you the finished product. Thank you so much and please continue watching. Alright guys, so for today's project we're going to need something to tie dye, a washable marker, scissors, a wooden dowel, or I'm using the end of a broken makeup brush, some Sinew, some gloves, tie dye. I'm using Tulip's One-step, a tablecloth, and optional, a drying rack. Alright, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get you guys zoomed in and we'll get started. Okay, to get started on the Mandela pattern, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take this onesie, not t-shirt, and we're going to fold it in half completely. And I'm just going to turn it over and make sure that it's pretty evenly distributed on both sides. And this is going to be a little bit of a difficult pattern to do on a onesie, but that's okay. So I have it folded in half now. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna find like a center point of the onesie. We can mark it off with some washable marker. You can get a ruler out and like get really detailed with it, but I just kind of eyeball where I think it would be. So we'll say about right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fold this along my center point. And then I'm going to fold it again along my center point. Then I'm going to flip the onesie over and I'm going to do it on the other side. So I'm going to fold it along that center point. I'm just holding it in place as I do this. And then I'm going to again fold it along that center point. Okay, and it should look something like this. I'm sure that honestly mine is not going to be exactly perfect or anything, but like I said, onesies are pretty difficult to fold, so maybe I should have done a t-shirt instead, but okay. We have this folded. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Sinew. This is artificial Sinew. Gotta find the end of it, sorry guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slip knot. And to make the knot with the Sinew, what you're going to do is you're going to take, I don't know, I like to have a pretty good end on mine. And then I'm going to put that end under my fingers, wrap it around, so I'm coming from the bottom, wrapping up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the fingers that are in this little loop right here, and you're going to take the Sinew, the rest of it, and you're going to pull through. Okay, and that's how you make your slip knot. So before we get started tying, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to see where this is right here. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to do a diagonal line this way. And it's just right under that little seam right there. And that will be where our first tie goes. Okay, and then I'm just gonna continue to make the same zigzag pattern all the way down. And the bigger your piece is, the more zigzags you'll be able to do. So now that we have our zigzag, just making sure everything is lined up again. Okay, I'm gonna take that slip knot that I just made and I'm gonna slip it under, and then I'm going to tighten it where my first zigzag is going to be. It doesn't have to follow the pattern exactly, at least not to me. That's pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end that has the rest of the roll on it, and I'm going to wrap it around. Let me tighten this just a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to wrap it around. Make sure I'm wrapping it. Okay, and I did about 3 loops right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I put it back under the project. Take this wooden dowel or end of makeup brush like I have. You just wanna have a barrier between you and the Sinew because it can cut your fingers. And I'm just gonna pull it really tight. So I'm pulling away from me. And as I'm pulling, I'm tightening. Okay, and I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna wrap it around just a couple more times. I just wrapped it around again and I'm just tightening again. And I think that that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with this one. And I'm coming up from the bottom of the onesie here. Alright, here's my first loop. And I'm just making sure as I go that I'm following what I'm doing on the back here. So I got that wrapped around a couple of times and I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling it tight. Okay, and I'm just gonna do it again about 3 times. Wrap it around and pull it tight. Now I'm going to take this, all right, there we go. And I went under once again, and I'm just gonna go right here with it. I'm trying to follow the pattern I created, but I think when I pulled it tight, I might have shifted some of the fabric, so hopefully that doesn't affect the project too much. Right, one. I want to make sure I'm following all the way around. 2 and 3. And I'm just going to take this, wrap it, and pull. I'm gonna do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, and pull. Oops. Looks like I created another little thing right here. Well, that's okay. Let's just go with it. Why not? 2, 3, and I'm just tightening that down. And I'm just gonna wrap it around again. Okay, I'm just gonna do one little one right there too. And now I'm gonna cut it, and it actually sticks to itself pretty well. I'm gonna wrap that end up, stick it right there, and your mandala is now tied. And I'm gonna take that long piece as well that I used on the slip knot, pack that right there. So I have this one, which I had only washed. I did not soak it in the soda ash, and then I have this one that I already did yesterday, and I did soak this one in soda ash, so I thought that would be kind of fun to see the difference in the dye in them. And then I did some funky stuff with the sleeves, which I don't really think is gonna turn out, but that's okay. For the rest of the onesie, I freehand it and just do some colors, like some layered colors for it. We'll see. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get us set up to start the dyeing process. A couple of things I forgot to mention that you'll need in the beginning of the video is some things to put your projects into when you're done tie-dyeing, and some paper towels. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get started with the first one. Start with purple, and I just want to do just this little tiny tip right here. Oh. That's okay. That won't take too much dye, or it shouldn't at least. Let me just spray it everywhere, don't I? Next one I want to do is, let's do red. Let's go to fuchsia. Orange. Now yellow. Back with purple. Okay, and now let's do the rest of it. We'll do yellow at the top. Fuchsia. Oh, let's do purple. All right, and I'm just gonna let this go ahead and set overnight. Grab that little bit right there, and then I'll be showing this one tomorrow, but let's go ahead and start dyeing up the other one. Alrighty guys, we are back and we are ready to do the long sleeve one. soak overnight, and I'll be back tomorrow to show you all the finished product. Alright guys, so it is the next day, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start rinsing out our tie-dye. And I am gonna wash these one at a time because they are different colors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the end of the Sinew and I'm just gonna start unwrapping it. Alright, and now I'm just going to give it a good rinse and then we'll open it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so this was not a complete fail, but I'm going to reattempt it. Let's do the other one. This one was also an almost, but not quite. The finished product. I think what happened was I didn't maybe tie the Sinew enough on the fabric, and it did kind of shift on the fabric as well, and I think I put too much dye for the onesies, so I'm gonna try it again, but they still turned out pretty cool. So this one was a bit of a flop, so that kind of stinks, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to do it again and I'll make another video and I'll learn how to use Sinew. This was my first time using it, so I can't be too hard on myself, right? Right, okay. Alright, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to spread love wherever you go. And also, ring-a-ding-ding that bell. Okay, bye.